It's precisely 1:15. This is the news on Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. News is edited by Dulmin Samarasinghe and read by Sabrina Zawahir. The headlines. Railway Department loses millions of rupees daily due to the trade union action. Health authorities inspect food outlets during the festive season. Election Commission says it has not been informed about postponing local government elections. 4 police officers die in Tirukkovil shooting incident. 70th anniversary of the tsunami will be commemorated tomorrow. And in world news, millions of people are facing travel disruption and increased COVID restrictions over Christmas. And in sports, 3 Asia Cup matches are underway in Sharjah and Dubai. Now the local news in detail. Railway General Manager Dhammika Jayasundara says that Railway Department loses about 5 million rupees daily due to the trade union action launched by Railway Station Masters Union. Meanwhile, Chairman of the union Sumedha Somaratna said a daily income of 10 million rupees could have been earned if trains were run according to the normal timetable during the festive season. Public Health Inspectors Union says they have commenced inspecting eateries during the festive season. Chairman of the union, Upul Rohana, said they will pay special attention on food production as well as on raw material used for food production. He said charges have been filed against some owners of food outlets for selling food which has exceeded date of expiry and low-quality food. Chairman of the Elections Commission, Nimal Punchiheva, says they have not been informed about postponing local government elections. He mentioned this when asked yesterday whether they have suspended preparations to hold local government elections scheduled before 20th March next year. He said that they need about 4 months to prepare for the election. This news is brought to you by Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Continuing local news, 4 police officers were shot dead when an officer assigned to the Tirukkovil police station opened fire at a group of officers on duty at the police station. The injured included the OIC of the Tirukkovil police station, and they were all admitted to the Tirukkovil and Akkarepattu hospitals. The shooting was carried out by a police sergeant who later surrendered to the Ethimale police station with 2 T-56 assault rifles and 19 rounds of ammunition. The shooting took place last night. 3 persons were killed on the spot while another police constable who was receiving treatment at the Kalmune hospital died on admission onto the hospital. Tomorrow marks the 17th tsunami anniversary which took away thousands of lives. National Safety Day, which remembers the lives lost due to tsunami and other disasters, will be held tomorrow with the participation of limited number of persons at district level. The main ceremony will be held near Gaul Paraliya Tsunami Memorial at 8:30 a.m. tomorrow with the attendance of state officials, military and police officers. Meanwhile, the Disaster Management Centre has requested the public to observe a silence of 2 minutes from 9:25 a.m. to 9:27 a.m. tomorrow in memory of those who died due to tsunami and other disasters. Ministry of Defence has denied the circulation of false details published on social media and on certain media regarding alleged mining in the seas off the coast of Batticaloa by a barge that had been anchored a few days ago due to an emergency following a fuel shortage during the ship's expedition from UAE to Bangladesh. The barge has been scheduled to sail to its destination after refueling from the local shipping agent Victory Agencies in Trincomalee. Therefore, the general public is advised by the Ministry of Defence not to be misled by such false information. With that, we conclude the local news.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Central Bank has announced its decision to extend additional incentives for inward workers' remittances following requests made by Sri Lankans employed abroad. Central Bank said it will continue the payment of additional 8 rupees per US dollar for worker remittances paid in addition to the incentive of 2 rupees per US dollar under the incentive scheme on inward workers' remittances. This incentive will be applicable for remittances that are channeled via licensed banks and other formal channels and converted into Sri Lankan rupees. The incentive will be offered till 31st December 2021. That was our main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
In Watchlight, Police Media spokesman SSP Nihal Thaldova says special operations are taking place to see whether instructions of the Director General of Health Services are followed during the festive season. He said traffic police, STF, police officers and intelligence officers have been deployed for the operations. He further said information can be given over the hotline numbers 118, 119 and 1917. That came to you in Watchlight.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of
Christmas and New Year sales with CIB Janujaya Vasana has commenced. Valuable prizes and vouchers for CIB beers during the entire month of December. 20% discount will be given for bank cards and for gift vouchers. Visit CIB today as well.
The headlines of the world news. Millions of people are facing travel disruption and increased COVID restrictions over Christmas. Japanese weather officials say a severe cold air mass will move over the country this weekend. The biggest space telescope ever conceived is scheduled to go into orbit in the coming hours. Now the world news in detail. Millions of people are facing travel disruption and increased COVID restrictions over Christmas as the surging Omicron variant sees flights cancelled and safety curbs tightened. Italy, Spain and Greece have made face masks compulsory outdoors again. Catalonia in northern Spain has imposed an overnight curfew and the Netherlands is in strict lockdown. Despite early findings that Omicron is milder than other variants, scientists are concerned by the number of cases. Record infections were tallied in the UK, France and Italy on Thursday. In the US, daily Omicron cases have risen beyond the peak of the recent Delta wave and hospitals are filling up across the country. Japanese weather officials say a severe cold air mass will move over the country this weekend, bringing heavy snow mainly to the Japan seacoast. They warn even low-lying areas may see intensifying snowfalls over a short period tomorrow. The Met Agency says such an influx of cold air has not been seen in several years. Heavy snow is forecast mainly on the Japan seacoast from northern to western Japan. The biggest space telescope ever conceived is scheduled to go into orbit in the coming hours. The $10 billion James Webb Space Telescope will be launched on a European Ariane rocket from French Guiana. It is a project that has taken 30 years to design and build and is regarded as one of the grand scientific endeavors of the 21st century. Webb's goal will be to try to image the very first stars and galaxies to shine in the universe. With that, we conclude the world news. Prior to concluding the headlines of the world news once again, millions of people are facing travel disruption and increased COVID restrictions over Christmas. Japanese weather officials say a severe cold air mass will move over the country this weekend. The biggest space telescope ever conceived is scheduled to go into orbit in the coming hours. With that, we conclude the world news.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of
Christmas and New Year sales with CIB Janujaya Vasana has commenced. Valuable prizes and vouchers for CIB beers during the entire month of December. 20% discount will be given for bank cards and for gift vouchers. Visit CIB today as well.
Development News is brought to you by Let's take coal out of the coconut tree and make the island thriving and prosperous. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
Development programs in 14,021 Grama Seva divisions will commence from the first week of January. Chairman of the Colombo District Development Committee, MP Pradeep Unandugoda, said identified projects have been submitted to the Finance Ministry for approval. He said livelihood development programs will be given priority. That was Development News.
Development News was brought to you by the coconut tree is well grown in almost all the parts of the island. It is an exceptional source of extra income. The shell, the husk and almost all the parts of the coconut tree makes you money, providing you with an excellent extra source of income. It will also help to nourish the economy of the country. You will be guided with all necessary informations regarding the coconut cultivation, with the novel cultivation techniques and all other related and upgraded informations by the Coconut Research Institute, Lunavilla. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
Moving on with sports news.
In sports is cricket. The fifth match of the Asia Cup Under-19 between India and Pakistan is now being played in Sharjah. Batting first, India Under-19 was 82 for 4 wickets in 14 overs a short while ago. The sixth match of the Asia Cup Under-19 between Kuwait and Bangladesh is now being played in Sharjah. Batting first, Bangladesh Under-19 was 75 for 1 wicket at the end of 17 overs. The seventh match of the Asia Cup Under-19 between Afghanistan and United Arab Emirates is now being played in Dubai. Batting first, Afghanistan Under-19 was 62 for 3 wickets in 17 overs. That was Sports News.
For all foreign currencies remitted through NSB based on the US dollar value, 10 rupees more per dollar, plus more gifts. Until 31st December 2021. NSB, the safest place for your money.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Sri Lanka's apparel sector and key industry trade unions signed a historic agreement that ensures business owners and employees work together to maintain continued vigilance on pandemic prevention, discuss issues of mutual interest, and jointly participate in addressing grievances. A memorandum of understanding was signed between the Joint Apparel Association Forum Sri Lanka and the Union Collective. That was Business News.
Business News, sponsored by
Cash through NSB globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB U Trust.
Economic News, courtesy of
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Headline inflation increased to 11.1% in November 2021 from 8.3% in October 2021. National Consumer Price Index increased to 6.2% in November 2021 from 5.7% in October 2021. Inflation was driven by monthly increases of prices of items in both food and non-food categories. Food inflation increased to 16.9% in November 2021 from 11.7% in October 2021, while non-food inflation also increased to 6.2% in November 2021 from 5.4% in October 2021. That was Economic News.
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
The Weather Report.
Finally, it's a look at the weather report. Met Department says mainly fair weather will prevail over most parts of the island. There is a possibility of ground frost in some places in the Nuwara district at the early hours of the morning. Slightly cold weather in the night and early morning is expected over most parts of the island. Misty conditions can be expected in western, Sabragamua, central, north central, southern and Uva provinces during the morning. That was the weather report. Prior to concluding this bulletin of news, the headlines once again. Railway Department loses millions of rupees daily due to the trade union action. Health authorities inspect food outlets during the festive season. Elections Commission says it has not been informed about postponing local government elections. 4 police officers die in Tirukkovil shooting incident. 70th anniversary of the tsunami will be commemorated tomorrow. With that, we conclude the news.